We're going to explore that your home isn't just your biggest financial investment generally. It's your environment, your daily environment.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are delighted that we have been able to come alongside you for over 35 years, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate over 3,117 times, coming alongside you to build your fun, build your faith, build your fitness, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationship. This is a big deal. What if all those fixes that are possible, all the little invisible killers, emotional energy killers, aren't solving the problem in your house? What if then a move is the right next choice? What if?
What if? Then who are you going to call? The Dekker team.
Not Ghostbusters?
No.
Okay, I'm going to call the Dekker team. And if you want clarity, if you even should be considering, just go to our website, book a clarity call. We'll offer that right up front, dekkerteam.com. There's a place to register for a clarity call. It's about 15 minutes, and it'll just help you identify your next 1 or 2 steps. That's its whole purpose. And maybe there's a fit for us to work together, and maybe there's not, but it will be discovered in that little 15-minute conversation. So we've done all the work. We've talked about emotional energy is a bigger deal than even our energy audit. A bigger deal, really, or equally as big a deal, is our emotional connection to our financial situation.
Yeah.
Now there's the emotional energy that our house exudes or doesn't exude.
Yep. And in the last section, we talked about all the different things, not all of them, but a number of things that you could do to improve how your house lifts you up, gives you emotional energy, supports you in your life, right? It's supposed to be like a sanctuary almost, right?
Not almost.
It is supposed to be.
Coming home should feel like the best thing on the planet.
Right.
And it should give you more energy than probably being anywhere else in the world.
Right.
How often do I hear people say they're on vacation, I can't wait to get home? Well, that's because their home and their environment is giving them energy.
Giving them life. Quite often it's the mattress. They've spent money on the mattress. The mattress refreshes them. It's important that you know that if you've tried all those things and your house still isn't cutting the mustard, so to speak, right? It's still draining you. It's not giving you the lift that you know it could. And you know in your heart of hearts where you're not sure in your heart of hearts and you want to talk to us, that's where the clarity call comes in. But maybe it's because you need a different location or a different size or a different layout or a different type of home. We've had people that they love their home, but the staircase, their knees are toast and they can't get down the stairs to eat their toast, right? Because the stairs are too hard for them. So that's the kind of stuff where a move may be required.
Right. And the question that keeps running through my head, and I waited nicely in the sidelines,
very patiently.
But if you were watching the video, you see I was ready to go way. Maybe you're only seeing Ken's face on the video, which would be a good thing, because mine would tell you I was wanting to say that what if your next move was a move of vitality, like through the lens of emotional vitality, emotional well-being, not just a move to fit my physical needs or my financial needs, but a home where I actually thought through the emotional energy it will give me, a vitality move.
What if you use the Dekker team member to talk to you and pull out what will give you energy, what will drain energy, and then we don't just look for location and size and price. We're looking for the factors that will actually give you or your family members or all of you an energy lift, an emotional energy lift. So, because once that starts, it's like a snowball going down the hill, right? If you probably I've witnessed it in you, Yetta, where if things aren't really smooth at home and it starts to unravel, right? It goes down that hill and that ball picks up momentum as far as not being emotionally, I'm not going to use the word sound, but healthy, not emotionally charged the right way. And it goes the other way too. When you start to get things moving, and it's like a snowball, your energy of emotional vitality grows like a snowball going down a hill when it's that packy, sticky snow.
That's great. I'm just thinking
You're
about
laughing
a story.
because you can't visualize that.
No, I can't see things in my mind's eye, but I can think things and I can hear things.
Can you hear the snow crunching as it rolls?
Not really. One of our clients described to me their unicorn. Their unicorn house 4 years ago. And we knew that their unicorn, like we kind of knew it probably wasn't going to be out there because it was such a specific unicorn. Yeah. But we also knew that if we could find it, it would be an energy giver and it would be worth the move. And when we found it, they had seen something a few days earlier and they were waiting. Candace was primarily working with them, which was great. They were clients of ours for over 25 years. We've gone through lots of moves, so they know everybody on the team, lots of comfort. And yet Candace was their primary, I'll say caregiver, but in a really good way, their primary liaison. And she was away celebrating a special birthday. But then they texted me and said, we think we found the unicorn, the one we described to you 4 years ago. I said, really? Yeah, it just dropped in price and we think it's in our range now. And we don't want to wait for Candace to get back in 24 hours. Can we go now?
Yep.
And we looked it up and I went, oh yeah, that's your unicorn. Let's go. Because it was going to give the energy. Now, this particular one, the big giveaway was it had a greenhouse. And he wants to work with hydroponics. So it wasn't a regular greenhouse. It was all set for hydroponics. It wasn't very old. It was somebody else's dream that they weren't going to be able to continue because they needed to relocate to be near family, right? Situations change sometimes. And so that was a case where it made sense to jump fast.
Yeah.
And we got it for them.
You know what? The saying comes to me because, you know, that saying around miracles happen every day, but the impossible takes a little longer. Well, that unicorn was an impossibility and it took us 4 years to find it. And it just showed up in their search that we had set up for them. And boom, there it is. And they recognized it because they had talked it through with you to know exactly what their unicorn looked like. And they weren't willing to put their house up for sale and do all this stuff until they got the unicorn, right?
I love it. And so if you have a picture or you need help getting the picture, which is what Ken was saying, maybe you know that the house you're in just isn't going to get you there at this season because maybe it did in past seasons. Right? Our past houses served us beautifully until they didn't. Energy-wise, emotional energy-wise. Yeah.
Because what if your next real estate move gave you more life, not just more house? How's that?
That's perfect.
Yeah. So you're going to want to give us a shout. If you're thinking about this, again, jump on our website, dekkerteam.com, and book in a clarity call. Because when you make real estate decisions through the lens of vitality, you don't just change your address, you change your life. And we're glad that you joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.